Welcome for 2K Sports with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. I'm Gary Thorne. Wednesday night baseball. Now let's take a look at our starting pitcher for Los Angeles. And as he's getting going here, Steve, against these Arizona hitters, what's in store?
There are times where this lineup can be a challenge for pitchers. With the quality stuff this right-hander has, though, if he's on top of his game today, he should be able to get the job done for his manager.
Now we got a chance to take a look at the lineup for the Diamondbacks. John, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Carlos Santana is a guy that's a catcher. They call him a once-in-a-lifetime catcher. Unbelievable defender, great thrower of the ball. He blocks balls as good as anyone, and he's a switch hitter with power. This guy has a chance to be one of the best catchers we have seen in a long time.
And Marte batting. Lost in their last contest for the D-backs. And after that losing in Game 1, time to try and salvage this 3-game set against the Dodgers.
Well, and this team is just going to have to start making a little bit of adjustments. First 2 games are 0-2. These guys should have come out of spring training firing on all cylinders.
Here's the 1-0. Oh, he lost control of that one, and that gets him.
I don't think this was the game plan when they sat down before the game even started. First batter takes his base by getting hit with a pitch.
We'll take a quick look at the Dodgers and see what they look like defensively.
One of the keys for any team is make the routine play. Clearly, this team does that. Third best in the National League and the fewest number of errors committed. So they make plays to support their pitching staff.
The pitch drops down a bunt. Smith feels that one in time for the out.
But Gary, you know what? He didn't beat it out at first base, but he sacrificed himself to get the runner in scoring position.
Sometimes those things get lost in the course of a game, but not for the guys on the field. They realize the importance, especially if they get the run here.
You know, we always celebrate the guy who drives in the run, but he's in scoring position because his teammate got a bunt down.
And we've got Perdomo batting. 1 on, 1 out. Hit in the air to center field. Hernandez is there. Now it's 2 down. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Dodgers. They wrap up this Arizona series tonight. Tomorrow's off. Their homestand continues with another team, the Cleveland Indians. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Following that, they'll head to Washington to take on the Nationals. And it's Smith batting. And he lays off that one up and in, ball 1.
Well, a little message pitch right there, up and in the strike zone. And I think this hitter will think twice about diving out over the plate after that pitch.
And he runs this one in. Drills yet another batter.
Now he's all over the place right now as he drills another guy.
In the box now, number 5 spot.
Well, Gary, as we see this pitcher now, things start to unravel a little bit here. Having hit 2 batters in this inning, clearly starting to lose control.
Watches the off-speed pitch, ends up 0-1. And Steve, the question here in this inning now, is he going to be able to find some consistency on the mound?
Well, I mean, right now, also a disadvantage because the umpire's got to be looking at this, wondering if any of it's intentional. They may be looking to see if he does it again to kick him out of this game.
Spins and a throw behind the runner. Has to dive back. He's in there, though. That's taken low for a ball, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball called strike 2.
The hitter lays off this pitch, realizing you can't do much. When you get that kind of four-seam fastball down and away, it's tough to hit.
The 2-2 pitch. Curveball misses, and it's full, 3-2. Fastball swung on and missed, and the side's retired. And with that right-hander warming up in the bullpen here, I'm not sure quite what they're thinking.
Well, with the left-handed hitter on deck, he's probably getting ready for hitters later in the lineup.
So they can't push any across here in this half of the inning. And first chance coming up for the Dodgers. We're going to take a look at our starting pitcher for Arizona. Steve, what do you think his strategy is going to be against this Dodger lineup?
Well, this is some kind of lineup he's facing in this one, and this left-hander is going to have to be on top of his game and really move his pitches around and use an assortment of pitches and really dazzle this lineup if he's going to have any luck against them.
And it's fouled off. Strike 3 called on the fastball. What a way.
That's a great strikeout right there, Gary. 3 pitches, and he sits him down. How about that for efficiency?
Now let's take a look at the lineup for the Dodgers. In our scouting report, John, who are we watching for today?
Well, Freddie Freeman came right into the league and became an immediate impact hitter. Not many rookies can come in and do the things he did. Very clutch hitter, a guy that when the game was on the line, his team wanted him up at bat. Batting average will make up for his lack of power, but he's such a tall guy and a big guy, that power is going to come.
That one's high. Rodriguez doesn't fool him.
Well, he tried that four-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to lay off of. Good job by the hitter.
Here's a swing and a line drive. And that one's down. That's the team's first hit. This one rolls through to the wall. And he's in at second with a double. 1 out.
Only 1 out here in the inning, so a good opportunity here if they can string a couple hits together to make this a very productive inning.
Oh, and that one runs in and hit him. And we are going to see the warning go to the benches now. Enough of this. They do not want this to get out of hand.
Now, you know, umpires have the ability to eject a player if they think a pitch is thrown at someone intentionally. And a warning being issued right here, but the next guy may not get off with a warning.
And it's Smith batting.
Well, the Dodgers' play against the NL West counterparts was a lot like their season. They were struggling a little bit early, but the second half of the season, it got better.
1 out with runners at first and second. Back up the middle. Ooh, look out off the pitcher. There's one. You talk about a friend in need. They team up and get the out. Wow. Evidencing what Steve was talking about. The Dodgers 10 games under 500 in the division before the All-Star break. 13 over after it, John.
Yeah, for them to have been 37-51 in July and finish the season 82-79, the Dodgers had to have been encouraged going into the offseason.
Oh, what a drive. He smashed it. And that's the third out. Thomas grabs it. They pick up no runs on a hit, and they leave 2 on. Still scoreless in L.A. Looking ahead, 6, 7, 8. They're due up. It's going to be Thomas. He'll start us out here in the second. Here's the pitch. Hard grounded to short. Hernandez in position. And his throw is in time for out number 1.
Second baseman, number 41, Carlos Santana.
And it's Carlos Santana now with 1 away.
Well, Carlos Santana splitting time between first base and catcher last season, and you have to wonder if the bat comes around like everyone thinks he can, if he will be a permanent fixture at first to save the wear and tear from behind the plate.
And he takes it inside, 1-0. Carlos Santana, whom we were talking about, got the first triple play of the 2011 season, playing at first base with a diving catch, John.
Yeah, and I like what I saw from him at first base in a limited time. He has pretty good feet. We know he has great hands. By the way, he blocks balls from behind the plate. I think he has a chance to be an above-average first baseman if they decide to put him there every day.
The 1-1 pitch. Good looking fastball. Called the ball though. 2-1. Two-1 on the way. Doesn't offer at the curve. 3-1.
Well, he struck out in every at-bat last night, so he's looking to make a little bit of contact in the game today. That would be progress.
3-1, a fastball that's by him. 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he takes that one and misses for ball 4.
Well, you just saw a great deal of plate discipline right there on the hitter. Maybe a little fatigue on the pitcher's part. They're not used to throwing that many pitches in one at bat, but the hitter wins it and gets that base on balls.
McCann in the batter's box.
Well, if it were me, I'd leave the starter in the game. I think you're taking him out too early right now. I'd go to the bullpen a little bit later.
First pitch, a slider outside. 1-0.
When you throw a breaking ball like this, you want to start it on the corner and break it off the zone, trying to get the hitter to chase. The hitter didn't take the bait here.
Oh, for a ball. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Cutter misses badly, down 3-0.
Well, he works the count to 3-0, and this is a hitter right here. You don't have to nibble and try to hit the corners. Throw it over the middle of the plate with good stuff. More than likely, you'll get him out.
2 away, and they just tried to hold him there at first. We'll have some great MLB action coming your way. April 1st, it's for real. The Rays are going to be playing at home in Atlanta, Turner Field. They'll be hosting the Oakland A's. Start time is set for noon, 12 noon Eastern.
Oh, Gary, that should be a fun one to watch for sure.
It's going to be Rodriguez now. Santana's on at first. Ground ball by Rodriguez. Played by Hernandez. Throws to first, side is retired. So they can't push any across here in this half of the inning. The shutout continuing here at Dodger Stadium. It's going to be Hernandez. He'll start the home half of the second. No luck that time for Rodriguez as he misses inside. One 0 on the way. 1-0 is a fastball that runs away. 2-0. Inside, ball 3.
Well, you fall behind 3-0, and this is when the pitcher has to be careful. He just can't throw a cookie in there and expect the hitter to take it.
Refuses to go after it. Missed, ball 4.
Well, he didn't want to lay it right down the middle, but he misses with this one low. Now he's walked him on 4 pitches. He's got to settle down.
Here's a look at the teams who got it done last year at the plate. Brought to you by State Farm. The Cardinals, number 1. Second, the Mets. Third spot, the Brewers. The Rockies, 4th. And 5th best, it's the Dodgers.
When you watch this team today, one of the top hitting teams in all of baseball last year, you can't get frustrated as a pitcher pitching against them because they are going to get
hit up the middle. Great chance here for Los Angeles.
Left fielder, number
Listen, go
72.
right back up the middle. Hitting coaches say it all the time. You don't want to be too pull conscious.
And that hit just hard enough. Pitcher could not snag it, and once it got by him, it was out into the outfield.
Now, using the big part of the field, that's what you want to do.
No one out yet. Runners at first and second. There's contact. He drove it well. And Thomas is going to play it. That's one away. Hernandez headed to third.
And a brief look here at the Dodgers. Take a look at the National League rankings and where they fell in last season. 4th in stolen bases, 5th in batting average, and they were in the top 10 in hits. A lineup that was able to make a lot of contact and put the ball in play.
And their pitcher at the plate now. Boy, he needs to get this out here. You do not want to give up that big hit to the opposing pitcher, especially with that top of the order waiting. He squares around and he gets this one down. Played by Rodriguez. Throw to first gets him, and there are 2 down. He scores. They got the production first. 1-zip. Let's see what the RBI means for their win expectancy. Rookie right fielder stands in. What we're seeing here is just a great push. They've been able to jump out in front here in this ball game. You'll have to get the other team down early. Here's the first pitch. Swung on line to right center field. This one into the gap, rolling towards the wall. All the way to the wall. The run scores.
Now pitcher making a mistake right here, leaving it right over the heart of the plate. He squares it up, drives it. Good contact at the plate to drive in a run.
Most of those kind of pitches are going to get hit. That's an RBI knock. Now we've got Tucker. Steve, we've seen them continue to charge it up at the plate, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopped. Here's the first pitch. Swing, shoots this one towards the gap, right center. And that one is in there, his second hit today. And he scores. Situations repeating themselves here. A chance to produce, and they are. Season shaping up now. Here's a look at the Diamondbacks. Tonight is the last game of the Los Angeles series. They'll get on the road tomorrow. They take on a team from the junior circuit, the Detroit Tigers. That's a 3-game series. They'll stay right there for the next set of games. The Atlanta Braves. So quite a few home games they'll be looking to capitalize. And Rodriguez's pitch is too low. That'll be taken for a ball.
Boy, it's a great fastball right there, down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
Fastball just misses, and he falls behind 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Been a little wild now as he misses down and away for ball 3. Here's the pitch. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And there's the third out. Big second inning. Nice early run production. LA's out in front, 3-0. It'll be the leadoff man trying to get things going here.
For the Arizona
And it's Marte batting. Watches that one high and outside. Calls strike 1.
The location and velocity are critical in throwing the fastball. He runs his good fastball up and away right here, and it's a take pitch.
Headed for the middle. And that one's going to go through. That's our first hit of the game for these guys.
Now we've got a moment to look back to last year's Diamondbacks. Second in stolen bases, third in doubles, and an offense that can slug the ball, not settling for singles. They go up there looking to drive it, third in the league in slugging percentage.
Carroll at the plate. Sacrificed his last time around. Slider just misses. 1-0.
He tried to backdoor that pitch, but left it out and away.
Swing and a line drive. One down. Now a look at the teams who generated the most runs last year, courtesy of State Farm. The Cardinals, number 1. Second, the Reds. The Rockies, third. The D-backs, fourth. And it's the Brewers, fifth best.
Well, this is a pitcher's dream when you have an offense like this on your side. You know you're going to get a ton of runs. You don't have to be so precise. You can let runs score because you know your offense is going to pick you up. The good thing about this team is they like to score runs. They like to score them early in the game. That gives your team a lot of confidence.
0-1 count as that started off with a strike.
Well, you talk about not being in the defensive mode. This guy's swinging from the heels. A big swing right there, but that pitch gets by him anyway.
Slider misses, and it's 2-1. Now the 2-1. He makes contact, line drive. Over to second for 1. And there's 2, a double play. I think there's an issue of how much is left in his tank right here, so that bullpen's going to get active.
You know, it's still early in the game, though, so I'd be surprised if they make this move this early. They may just get him prepared in case they need to go there.
At the plate.
And it's Smith batting. Well, what types of pitches have been put in play here today? Here's a quick breakdown of exactly that.
And you can see that four-seam fastball. It's been hit 4 times.
And we all know he loves his fastball with good reason, but you can't get too attached to a pitch. All good hitters can hit a fastball that's not located well. He needs to get them off that pitch.
He swings now and really hit that. Thomas able to pull that one in. That's 1 away.
Number 5, Freddie Freeman.
And Freeman will come to the plate. Big season last year, 389 against the D-backs. Called strike from Rodriguez. Count is 0-1.
Outstanding mechanics right there. He gets all of his body into the pitch. Great velocity on it. A strike away.
Freddie Freeman watching it go by for a ball. Counts even.
Got to be feeling good today. Picked up a couple hits in the game last night.
Missed with the fastball outside. 2-1.
Well, he tried to go outside on the outside corner with that fastball right there. Just got a little bit off the plate. He's got to be careful, though. You don't want that hitter to get his arms extended.
Lays off the fastball low for ball 3.
Well, this is your dream when you're in the on-deck circle before you go into the batter's box. If you can get the count to 3-1 and in your favor, you know you have the upper hand.
And that one misses. That'll be ball 4.
He needs to be careful here. Don't give them free base runners. Make them earn it.
Little warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get announced, and then they'll probably make the move to the pen.
It's going to be Hernandez. Last time he walked and then came around to score. Rodriguez with the delivery. That swung on, line towards the gap in left center. This one into the alleyway. Should be extra bases. Around third, he's going to try for it. And he gets there all the way from first. This one was all about speed as he went diving into the bag.
He goes diving into the bag, and I'm not sure whether he meant to do it or he was just out of gas and it was a lunge to get in safely.
And the number 7 batter in the box. So the direction here, Steve, for this lineup to stay in charge. Right now they are. And he starts him out. Hit up the middle. Oh, mercy. That did not miss him by much, but he got out of the way. And Hernandez scores.
Now showing aggressiveness early in the count all over that 0-0 pitch. Ripping the fastball to center.
In the box again, their left fielder. And they've not had to struggle here at the plate in this game. They just keep building on this lead.
The runs just keep on coming right now. Quality at bat after quality at bat. A lot of outs left, but you know what? It looks to me like they're getting ready to put this one away early.
And the first pitch, that one's high. Rodriguez doesn't fool him. Well, as the old redhead used to say, you get him in the catbird seat and you're on top, and that's where they are right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Which redhead was that?
That was Mr. Barber. Here's one, hit very well deep. And Thomas managed. The runners tag him from first.
At the plate.
An acrobatic diving catch denies an extra base hit.
Well, he got a great jump on that, and he took exactly the angle necessary to make the play.
And their pitcher at the plate now.
Well, they had to go to the bullpen much earlier than they anticipated, but the starter wasn't getting it done, and you can't let this game get away from you.
Last time through, he had a sacrifice bunt. Drove in a run earlier in the game. First pitch is a slider low, 1-0. He delivers. Line drive fouled off towards first. And he fouls another one off.
Foul!
The 1-2 on its way. And he fouls off another one.
Well, anytime you're behind in a count, and in this case the 1-2 count, you have to maintain that focus. You have to really be dialed into what the pitcher's throwing. You have to get in that defensive mode, though, and make sure you can foul it off, and that's what he did there to keep himself going.
They score 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. L.A. on top by 5.
Coming to bat for the
And if you just
Arizona
joined our
Diamondbacks.
broadcast, great to have you on board. 2K Sports Major League Baseball, I'm Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk. And it's Smith batting. Swings and misses. The sinker, 0-1.
Boy, he's got some kind of sinker ball right there. It looks like it's starting at the knees, and it drops right down to the ankles.
And it's fouled away. We're talking about the sinker ball here. That's how you get those big ground ball outs and double plays.
Well, the hitter thinks he's going to center it, then he's hitting the top part of the ball, pounding it right down into the ground.
Oh, he's on board. It'll be a base hit there. Still no one out.
Well, anytime you can get on base with no outs to start an inning, you know that an extra base hit will probably score you. But even if the batter behind you can figure out a way to get on base, now you have the potential for a huge inning.
Up now, their rookie third baseman. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. And here's the first one. That one swung on, hit in the air deep to left field. He has to back up for it. Comes away with the out. Team leaders in home runs. How'd they do it last year? Well, let's take a look at our State Farm leaderboard. The Brewers #1. Second, the Reds. Third spot, the Braves. The D-backs 4th. And in the 5 spot, the Rockies.
Well, you see so many games won with one swing of the bat, and this team last year was one of the best at hitting the ball out of the ballpark. You make a mistake, they will make you pay. The bottom line is, though, there's no one in this lineup that you think is going to be an easy out because they can all take you out.
Smith on first. Here's the delivery to Thomas. First pitch to him. Fastball in there for a called strike. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. He grabs it off the hop. And there's one. On to first. Safe. Can't get the back end of that one.
Well, they get the lead runner at second, but they just couldn't turn 2. I know they wanted to.
And Santana's in the box. It's hit foul by Santana. The pitch. And Carlos Santana lets it go by. Count is even. This one swung on, hit down the line and right. That's a base hit. Santana's on board. Good offensive chance
For the
here.
Arizona Diamondbacks.
You gotta like the aggressiveness on the bases right there. He was thinking third base all the way. As soon as he saw it go through the infield, he said, I'm going to third.
And it's McCann batting. About a decade now since he first came into the league. And here's the first one. McCann makes contact, fouls it off. He deals. Plays off the cutter. Good pitch, but it's 1-1. Swing, hot shot. That's down. The run's coming in.
Now coming to bat. For the
Well, there's no
Arizona
complaints right
Diamondbacks.
there from the manager, the pitching coach. The pitcher did a great job of keeping the ball down in the zone. Just give the hitter a lot of credit. He went down and got it.
And their pitcher at the plate now.
There's going to be some tired arms in that bullpen tomorrow, putting an awful lot of pressure on tomorrow's starter because they're going to burn through this pen today.
And they still need a lot of offense. They're getting some. What they wanted was this a little earlier in this ball game.
Well, that was a nice at-bat we just saw there, Gary. You don't have to get them all back at once. He stayed within himself. Just get a little bit at a time, and it can get you right back in the game.
It's the baseball adage called chipping away, and that's what they're doing right here. Fastball swung on and missed. Side retired. Well, they stretch across a run. 3 hits and a couple left on. The Diamondbacks cut into the lead. We've got the top of the order coming up.
Coming to bat. For the Los
And if you're
Angeles
just joining our 2K Sports Major League Baseball broadcast with John Kruk and Steve Phillips, I'm Gary Thorne. Fastball is high, 1-0.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
1-0 pitch is a fastball high, 2-0. Swung on and ripped towards second. In time for the out.
For the Los Angeles Dodgers, first baseman, number 23, Kyle Tucker.
Now we've got Tucker. Had an RBI single his last time to the plate. It's strike one. Can't make contact on the fastball.
Well, just because he's a fastball hitter doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball. Strength on strength right there, and the pitcher came out ahead.
Doesn't get the call on the slider. 1-1. There's a swing. It's popped up. That's 2 gone.
For the Los Angeles Dodgers, center fielder,
Number 3 slot up again here. Flew out last time. Just missed with the fastball. 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses badly. He's behind 2-0. And that one's in there for a strike. 2-1.
Well, Well, the pitcher's executing his game plan. He knows these hitters. He knows how he wants to pitch them. And now he's locating his pitches in exactly the right spot.
Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And it's through. That's a base hit.
Well, the last thing you want to do is have a quick inning. That two-out hit right there will prolong the inning. Great piece of hitting.
State Farm, a look at the teams who recorded the most steals from last season. Number 1, the Padres. The D-backs second. In third, the Mets. The Dodgers fourth. And in the 5 spot, the Rockies.
Well, you talk about a game that could take a long time. This might be it. Anytime you have guys who can steal bases.
Oh, he takes off for second.
Strike one.
And he is safe. Just beating that throw.
The throw too late right there. He's able to steal second base, sliding into the bag.
That's something he's going to try again if he can get that kind of a jump.
You know, Gary, in the replay, he didn't have that much of a leadoff either.
Oh, 1 is a fastball inside. That'll even the count at 1. A swing and a foul off to the right side. Fastball swung out and missed, and the side's retired. They pick up no runs on 1 hit and leave a man at second. We're through 4 here at Dodger Stadium.
Up to the plate.
And it's Marte batting. He'll get us started here in the 5th.
Well, it's always nice to have a defensive replacement coming off the bench and holding a lead or holding a deficit and giving yourself a chance to win. Now he needs to come up with a big play.
And the 5th inning starts with a strike.
That's a nasty pitch right there. Inside corner. Great movement on it. Just locks the hitter up.
Liner between first and second. This is placed perfectly for a base hit.
Nice piece of hitting right there. He manages to drive a high 0-1 pitch for a base hit. Good patience, good pitch recognition.
It sure looked like the hitter decided he wasn't going to get behind 0-2. He was going to wail.
He was aggressive, no question about it. Got a pitch he could handle and took advantage.
Carroll at the plate. 0 for 1 thus far. Oh, and he takes off for second. And his throw, he is out. Great throw. He gets caught on that one. Boy, they didn't wait very long to go.
Well, he went on the first pitch, and he didn't catch anybody by surprise as they looked ready for it. Good pitch to throw. The catcher gets him out.
And they thought they had that pitcher read, and he was wrong. Oh, and he lays off the fastball. Good pitch, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Slider just off the black that time, 2-1.
He tried to backdoor that pitch, but left it out and away.
The pitch. Swung on, that is hit.
What a great snag right there to get the out. Tremendous athletic play.
And we've got Perdomo batting. We'll get another shot after hitting into that double play last time up. The first pitch. It's now 0-1. Watch that fastball go by.
That's a good, hard fastball right there. Let's see if he comes back with another one now.
Slider misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Back up the middle. Yeah, with 2 down, they've got a man on board.
Well, you got to love to see this guy get on base with 2 outs right here with that base hit. Now it's up to his teammates to figure out a way to get him across the plate.
And it's Smith batting. Had a base hit his last time up. Here's the pitch. Starts him out with a fastball for a strike.
A good four-seam fastball right there. You have to know yourself. He didn't think he could catch up to it. Better off to take it.
Here's the delivery. Line shot into center field. And he gets it down. He's 2 for 2 now. Runner around second. He's heading for third. Good opportunity here for Arizona.
Well, that's one of those pitches right there, way off the plate, outside, that if you swing and miss at it, you look very foolish. How he got his bat on it, I have no idea. Great bat control, great base hit.
Runners at second and third with 2 out. Fastball runs inside, 1-0.
Well, that pitch just took off right there and exploded out of the pitcher's hand. Kept it just a little bit inside, though. Tough pitch to hit. Good job by the hitter to lay off.
Fastball low, 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch. This one's grounded foul, wide of first. A swing line to left center. Gets another one down. That'll score a run. And Smith comes across to score. And they got their closer up now. It's a little early in the ball game, Steve, but apparently they may want to get him in early.
Well, it is a bit odd, and from what I understand, he hasn't changed his role, but they must think this is a situation that warrants the closer coming in.
So that's going to bring in 2. It's going to be Thomas. Boy, they've been making some strides here. Close ball game, and this offense may just be beginning.
Now, we just saw a quality piece of hitting right there. With one swing of the bat, he pulls it within striking distance of the lead right now.
Well, we might call that a palpable shift in momentum. You like that word?
Palpable.
Here's a fly ball. Could be it. That's going to be a wrap. Final out of the ball game.
In a good battle, Los Angeles able to come away with a win and feel happy.
And it's about time to award our player of the game, don't you think?
He didn't just shut the door on their bat. He slammed it and nailed it closed. A dominant effort out of the pen that gave them the boost they desperately needed to outlast their inspired opposition.
And, Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
Great day for baseball here at 2K Sports. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Gary Thorne with John Kruk, Steve Phillips, and our great 2K Sports crew. We wish you a great rest of the day or night, wherever you may be in baseball.